Kayla McAlister, the little wizard that is the number 12 for New Zealand.
My name is Kayla McAlister. I'm originally from Waitara in Taranaki, but I currently live in Auckland, New Zealand. Growing up, I was pretty much played netball my whole life till I was about a couple of years ago. Through high school, primary. With netball, I represented New Zealand secondary schools for the Māori team, rep levels, age groups, and then I made the ANZ Championship, the Auckland Mystics, for a couple of years as well. I started playing rugby in 2012. There was a Go for Gold program going around New Zealand, looking for athletes from all codes, and Portia Woodman and myself as netballers went across to a screening night in Auckland and did a bit of fitness testing, did a few tackle bags, and we're here today. Yeah, it was a shock to the system the first night we turned up. I've tackled bags before, but when it was body on body, it was a bit different. Netball is a non-contact sport, and tackling other girls was pretty scary at the time, but yeah, I haven't looked back. Coming from a netball background, I didn't really understand what the black jersey actually meant. Some of the girls that were in the team have played rugby for many of years and they know what it means. So for a couple of us new girls from a different sport, we're still learning, and I think we've got it now what it actually means to those before us. For me, it was just taking it on the chin and playing the game, but for some girls it's deeper than that, and I think we're at that stage now as well, so I will call myself a rugby player. When I first started the program, I didn't realise, 3 or 4 years down the track, how professional the game would be. I've made huge sacrifices and changes personally when the program started. So have all the girls. We were learning, we still are learning, because it's a new environment, a new sport. And I think, if you look back at even what we looked like, well, personally what I looked like 2 years ago was a little bit different. So it's very professional, and we're learning every day. So that was probably the biggest lure for me, was to, you watch the Olympics when it comes around and you're just like, wow, and then the fact that it could potentially be me in the black jersey with the girls is pretty special too, so it's probably the biggest draw card. The thing I love about Sevens the most is probably the family and the culture within the New Zealand women's side. It's pretty special and it's a pretty tight bond. This is another level. We're family, we're sisters. After the Sevens is finished or whatnot in the future, these are my friends for life, and the management team as well. The success that we've had as a team, as a squad, probably does reflect how we are off the field. We are very tight. We play for each other, we play for our jerseys. The black jersey, I think, is coming up against that for some countries is quite big too. And yeah, I think we're very tight on and off the field, and I think it shows in our game.
Oh, lovely silky skills, the step and go, and well, that is class out the top drawer.
She doesn't need any wind behind or in front of her, because she has pace and power aplenty.
She is just a star.
Winning Player of the Year in 2013 was pretty special. It's an award that represents the whole team, not just me, but I was lucky enough to go to every trip, every tournament that series, which is pretty big, and yeah, I score all the tries or whatnot, but it's a team effort, and the girls out the front do the hard yards, and it's our jobs as backs to score. So it's a pretty special award and having it received in Russia after the World Cup, which was a big bonus too, but yeah, that was 2013, that's gone. I think it's a huge privilege for me to be, in the squad. Every tournament is a challenge, and there's no 12, there's no starting 7. We're in our own environment challenging each other and fighting for position. No one's guaranteed a spot on the plane until our final camp, just before another tournament. So it's challenging, but it's a huge honour when we do get in the squad. My inspiration growing up as a rugby player would have been my brother. I didn't really know much about the game, but just watched, followed his footsteps and what he did. My brother Luke is a former All Black and is still playing the game currently over in Toulouse in France. So he's been on the international stage, and I have drawn off his experiences quite a lot in the last couple of years. Now, his support's huge. Although he's on the other side of the world, we communicate all the time. Yeah, he's awesome. Having rugby throughout my whole life with my dad, granddad, brother, and now my fiance, it's in my life pretty much has been 24/7. So I think that was probably the big draw card why I gave the Sevens a crack, and where I am today is through their support.
Look at the speed there and pumping the knees.
Kayla McAlister's gone.
Kayla McAlister, she is the best finisher in this series.
Guess who? Kayla McAlister.
Representing the black jersey in the New Zealand Women's Sevens at the Olympics is the big goal. I mean, that will be a dream come true, and you know, that's what the last 4 years have been all about, is pursuing the Olympic dream. You know, you put all the hard work in, and that's the last tournament, the pinnacle event of any sport is the Olympics. It's probably the big draw card for me. Being amongst the world's best will be pretty special.